A potentially new Xbox exclusive has been leaked by an industry insider. Rumors persist that a huge AAA game will hit Game Pass day one at the end of the year. And according to a job listing, Microsoft is hiring for more mergers and acquisitions. There's a lot here to talk about, so let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? It's Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. I hope everyone's having a great day, and if you guys can do me a huge favor, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and please hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you guys for checking out the video. It means the world to me. It certainly does seem like there's always something to talk about in the world of Xbox. Just yesterday, we talked about the 4 events that Microsoft is putting on really soon. We got GameStack Live coming in April. We have a What's Next for Gaming coming in May. And then, of course, the event that everybody is looking forward to, E3, where both Xbox and Bethesda will showcase new titles from their studios. And we have a rumor today that maybe one of these new games could be a game by Kojima Productions. Either way, most of the info we're going to be talking about in this video is definitely of the rumor variety, so make sure you take everything here with a grain of salt. Some of this could be 100% true, and some of it might not actually happen. But we have a job listing that I'm going to be talking about later in the video that directly deals with more mergers and acquisitions that Xbox will be targeting. And we definitely do have to talk about that rumor that is making the rounds about a game hitting Game Pass that would be bigger than both Outriders and MLB The Show 21. And we're going to be talking about that after we delve into this rumor from Jeff Grubb about Kojima. Now, if you recall, a couple months ago, I did a video about Phil Spencer. It was a conspiracy video based on the fact that he had a couple things on a shelf from a stream. And we kind of went through it, and I gave my thoughts and opinions about what these things could mean, if they meant anything at all. If you recall, we had the Watch Dogs Legion skull sitting next to Phil, a Nintendo Switch, a Sekiro Game of the Year edition, and the thing that got the most headlines was a Kojima Productions Luden's doll sitting right next to a Xbox logo that was lit up, which led to a ton of speculation about, is Xbox working with Kojima for their next game? Could Death Stranding come to PC Game Pass? And Jeff Grubb had said that a lot of things on those shelves were there for significant reasons, and that significant reason could be that Kojima and Xbox are working together on his next game, and it might be an Xbox exclusive. So Jeff Grubb writes over at VentureBeat, Kojima Productions is making a new game, but it is not abandoned for PlayStation 5. It says earlier today, Sony Interactive Entertainment revealed a trailer for Abandoned, which is a horror project from developer Blue Box Games. But that trailer and the developer's spotty history are just odd enough to cause some people to speculate that Abandoned is secretly the next game from Metal Gear Solid creator Hideo Kojima. That is not the case. But the biggest piece of evidence I have that Abandoned is not a Kojima joint is that Kojima is in talks with Microsoft about publishing his next game, according to a source familiar with the matter. And yes, that statue in Phil Spencer's shelf was referencing a potential deal with the legendary developer. I cannot confirm if Xbox closed the deal yet, but my understanding is that Kojima is the focus of a Microsoft plan to leverage Japanese talent. So there we have it, guys. Jeff Grubb is saying that Microsoft and Xbox are talking to Kojima about getting his next game on the Xbox ecosystem day one in Game Pass on PC, streaming via xCloud, and that's something that Kojima has talked about, his desire to really make a cloud game. And we know from early reports from VGC that Google Stadia was in talks with Kojima for his horror game before they eventually canceled it and really stopped first-party development. So it makes a lot of sense that Kojima will go to Xbox. There were rumblings that Sony was not happy whatsoever with Death Stranding and didn't want to give Kojima a blank check. And Microsoft is out there spending a ton of money acquiring studios, partnering up with other developers for Xbox Global Publishing deals, and spending a lot of money on Game Pass to get titles to come to the service on day one. And we know for a fact that Phil Spencer wants to focus on Japanese talent. We've seen him go out to Japan, talk to Sega, and bring the entire Yakuza franchise over. There's rumors that Persona might be making its debut on Xbox. So if what Jeff is saying here is true, that Kojima makes an Xbox exclusive, that would signal to other Japanese developers that Microsoft is really in this 100%, and it might behoove you to work with Microsoft more closely to bring those Japanese games that would normally skip Xbox and put them on Game Pass on day one, or just release them on the platform anyways. But whenever you talk about Kojima, you always have to talk about the people that love the games he makes, like the Metal Gear Solid series and Death Stranding, and the ones who think he is completely overrated. Now, I am a fan of Kojima. I love Metal Gear. I also really enjoyed Death Stranding, but I understand that if this were to be true, that if Xbox and Kojima came together and made an exclusive game, you would definitely see a flip-flop from tons and tons of fanboys, because Kojima has kind of been positioned alongside PlayStation. Metal Gear Solid 4 was an exclusive on the PS3, and Death Stranding was an exclusive on the PS4. A lot of PlayStation fanboys really talked up about the genius of Kojima and how great Death Stranding was, and a lot of Xbox fans have come out and said Kojima's overrated, Death Stranding is nothing but a walking simulator, it's completely boring. But if this move did happen, you would see the flip. PlayStation guys would turn on Kojima, say that he's overrated, that his games were never good, and those same Xbox fans who previously were dunking on Kojima and his games would suddenly say that he was a genius, a master, and that his new game would be fantastic, right? It's very similar to the fanboys that really hated on Ninja Theory's Hellblade, saying that it wasn't any good, that it was a walking simulator, mainly because it came on PlayStation 4 first, and then when Ninja Theory was purchased by Xbox, suddenly those same Xbox fanboys were like, Ninja Theory's great and Hellblade's amazing. For me personally, I think this is a big partnership. I would love to play Kojima's next game, and I would be ecstatic if it was an exclusive to Xbox. And honestly, when you think about it, Phil Spencer wouldn't tease that relationship on his shelf without him knowing for sure that 100% the deal was closed, or that there would be no way the deal would actually fall through. So I feel pretty confident with Jeff Grubb and his source that they're working together, and I would not be surprised if this game gets announced. And you know what? With E3 coming up this year, what better way to get more people invested in Xbox than to tell everybody who loves Kojima's game that the only place you'll be able to play it is on Xbox? That would be a huge announcement, and it definitely would set social media on fire. So how do you feel about Kojima potentially working with Xbox? Would you be excited for his game? Let me know in the comments below. Now, next up, we need to talk about the latest Xbox Game Pass rumor that sees a gigantic, one of the biggest franchises in gaming, potentially joining the service day one when it launches this fall. And the game I'm talking about could be Battlefield 6. So over at IGN, they say, while EA is yet to officially announce a sequel to its Battlefield franchise, rumors have indicated that Battlefield 6 will be available on Xbox Game Pass on day one. According to Xbox Era co-founder and podcast host Special Ed, he said, quote, "There is a third-party AAA first-person shooter that is very highly likely to be launching in Game Pass this fall." Special Ed's statement falls in line with Battlefield 6 rumored release date of fall 21, considering the two major franchises that see fall releases are Call of Duty and Battlefield, and EA's partnership with Microsoft for EA Play and Xbox Game Pass. It is likely that Special Ed is talking about Battlefield 6 coming to Xbox Game Pass. Now, shortly after Special Ed said this on a podcast, storied Battlefield leaker Tom Henderson threw his weight behind the comment from the podcast host in a tweet that simply used the Robert Redford nodding gif. That could be read as a sign that Henderson believes that the rumor is true, or it could be seen as the leaker just being excited at the idea of Battlefield 6 launching on Game Pass. Now, I've actually watched this episode of Xbox Era where Special Ed talks about this rumor, right? But he never specifically mentions Battlefield 6. He just says a big AAA title. Now, of course, everybody goes to Call of Duty and Battlefield, but there are other titles like Back 4 Blood also releasing this holiday. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if WB Games is trying to get Back 4 Blood on the service for themselves after seeing the success of Outriders on Xbox Game Pass, the third most played game only behind Call of Duty and Fortnite. If that doesn't speak to the power of Game Pass, I'm not sure what will. But Battlefield 6 Day 1 makes a lot of sense. A lot of people were disappointed with Battlefield 5. They're always in that eternal battle with Call of Duty, and if Microsoft has 30 million Game Pass members by the end of the year when Battlefield 6 comes out, that is a huge user base for Battlefield to tap into. And if Outriders can climb all the way up to the third most played game on all of Xbox Live, I'm sure EA would love it because their game is going to be stock full of microtransactions. So I really do think Battlefield 6 day one on Game Pass makes a lot of sense, not only for Xbox, but for EA as well. Would you like to see Battlefield 6 hit Xbox Game Pass day one? Let me know in the comments below. Now finally, I want to talk about this job posting that a lot of people has been spending me and what it could mean. So Microsoft is hiring for a senior manager for Xbox business strategy. And when you go to the career website, this is what the job says. On Team Xbox, we aspire to empower the world's 3 billion gamers to, quote, play the games they want with the people they want anywhere they want. Gaming, the largest and fastest growing category in media entertainment, represents an important growth opportunity for Microsoft. We are leading with innovation as highlighted by our launches of Xbox Series X and S, Xbox Game Pass and xCloud, and our acquisition of ZeniMax Media Bethesda. The gaming strategy and business planning team serves as the corporate strategy function for Team Xbox. We partner closely with the gaming leadership team to identify and evaluate transformative growth opportunities. Our charter includes leading gaming's mergers and acquisition program, example ZeniMax, Ninja Theory, Double Fine, identifying and understanding key industry dynamics, and helping to answer gaming's most challenging business questions. Our collaborations with the gaming leadership team help set the direction for the business both with Team Xbox and with Microsoft CEO, senior leadership team, and board of directors. So the job's responsibilities also include articulating our long-range strategic plans and key growth opportunities with the gaming leadership team, developing and evaluating the business case for content and tech acquisitions, mergers and acquisitions, Discord, and any future studio stuff, creating business plans for new growth initiatives like new projects and geographies, identifying and deeply understanding key consumer technology business trends, and sizing the gaming market and projecting its evolution. Now, is this a sign that Microsoft is on the verge of making more acquisitions, or is it just your standard job listing? I really don't know. But when you have Phil Spencer and Satya Nadella out there saying they're going to grow inorganically whenever it makes sense, I do think Microsoft will make more acquisitions and make more deals wherever it makes sense. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell if you want to be notified immediately whenever I drop a video like this. Please share this out on social media or tell a friend about the channel, and if you want to take your support even further, you can always hit that join button where you will get access to channel badges and emotes for the Xbox 2 podcast we do every single week, which has Corden from Windows Central. Thank you guys so much for watching, I truly appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, guys.